Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of EU4 in Anbennar as Zurkanrek. In previous episode, we managed to start a war against the centaurs again. We also got a few of the missions done, so we got at least this entire branch done. We also unlocked a lot of these things, which are quite a few of them fairly expensive to do right now, but we can start probably doing a lot of these reforms and just get the mission tree done all the way down to the United Federation, although I'm not entirely sure if I can do that easily, but we can work towards that at least. There's a lot of nice little modifiers that we can get along the way. Of course, there's also the increased cost for pretty much all the power cost is going to be increasing a lot on the way there as well, every now and then. I suppose there's also limitations of how many things we can actually get through. Where's the fleet now? Oh, there we go. So our fleet is still moving about, hunting the enemy fleets. We know that there's a small enemy army in here. It's 10,000 men. Don't know where the others... Oh, right, so we've got over here. Let's just go ahead and... Can we move? We can't move through that one. Alright. Well, I mean, the enemy fleet is probably not in a good shape right now, let's be honest. I mean, they do still have a total of 14 transports, 6 light ships, 8 galleys, and 3 heavy ships. Now, I got 1 heavy ship as well, which honestly is not really all that great, but it's better than nothing. Our galleys are a lot better than the heavy ships, in all fairness. But yeah, I suppose if we combine our troops in here, we can just siege out a lot of this area that the enemies have. Oh, and now we can get a mission done. The island laws. Gets legislative work. Oh, right, is that... Yeah, okay, so we can do... Oh, wait, no, that one we can still do. So these two, we can only do one at a time. Sure, I suppose... Hold on a minute. We can get the mill idea there. I suppose we will do that. And then oak forest for ships. Heavy ship combat ability plus 20%. Ship durability plus 10%. So that's going to be pretty decent as well, quite frankly. But we don't have the points for that quite yet. Still 7 years out of time in tech, so we can probably get a few more ideas before we need to worry about that one. Now I think we're going to have the first take of the list without worrying about getting the institution yet, just so we can catch up during that time where a lot of the missions, for example, we got another mission that... Oh, we didn't do the mission yet. Right, I was looking... Okay, yeah. Let's get the island laws at least. City trade route, so that increases... Okay, that costs us a bit of manpower, admin points, and military points. But Zurkanrek gets safe merchant city for 100 years plus 5 local trade power. Okay, that's not bad actually. And then there's the Caravan Act, which has already been done. But yeah, at least we're slowly catching up with the mission tree here. Also, how much... okay, we're not getting a lot of money right now, thanks to the fact that our ships are not really all that active with trading. I suppose one thing that I could do, I could combine these fleets into one fleet. We could probably upgrade some of the ships as well. And we haven't done that yet. Our reinforcements are slowly arriving to the scene. Plus we could take the inland route with that one, while the other one's just going through the coastline. They do have some armies in here. Oh, they've got another army about to fight there. If the... Oh, the friendlies can't reach there, I don't think. Well, fellow enemies of the centaurs, let's just say. Friendly might be a little bit too... Oh, bit of a stretch for that. Alright then, let's move into the next harbour. After that, we'll need to go for the fort in there, but we've got a decent bit of cannons and all that, so I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. Fleets are still fairly active. I mean, there's a lot of area over here that has been seized down by our fellow fighters, so that definitely does help. And our leader does not have any siege there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just going to switch the... Oh, I can't switch the leader in here yet. I suppose this one's got more cannons anyway. So I suppose once we've done this siege, I'm going to send you to do the siege of the fort. And the other one's just going to wait there as a... Ceremony disrupted. Minus 10 prestige. Oh, wait, no. Oh, bollocks, it reset. Okay, I'm just going to send it over there regardless. And I'm going to send the other one to siege down the highlands there. Siege down a little bit of the surrounding areas. We might lose control of that, although I suppose we'll probably get there in time. I'm losing a little bit of money during this, though. Ah, there we go. So we got there in time. We got... +3 from the cannons and +2 from the leader. So they should be fairly easy to siege down. Plus they don't have a lot of siege or defense ability. Central administration minus 25%. Then we've got pretty good seat ability compared to theirs because we've got a lot more tactic. So that definitely helps. Shipyard of... Oh, wow. Okay. It was only a matter of time before the dangerous mix of tar, wood, and gunpowder would lead to a fire at major port. It will take some time to get production back up to normal levels. So... Zurkanrek gets local shipbuilding time plus 25%. Not exactly ideal, but I suppose we'll just have to live with that. We can combine these into one fleet. Let's upgrade the ships. It's going to cost us a little bit, but then we're going to maybe push that into trading. Our fleet returns. We didn't visit any bigger port, I guess, so we didn't get a lot of that. We pried the pirate, housing profit guarantee and safety. Treasury feels damage on his journey and will use revenue to repair. Okay, so that's the total 40 ducats that we lost. And we had a total of 170. So 130 ducats is what we gained there. I mean, it's not too bad. Oh man, we're definitely not the only ones that are seizing down their lands now. So how much do they still have troops? They're down to 28,000 men total. So that's actually pretty good. Our fleet is still... Oh, can we catch that one? I think we can catch it somewhere. Although that is open sea. Ah, if that's open seas... Oh, actually, well, I suppose we're locked in now. Galleys are still going to be pretty decent in here. Risk of trade. Oh. I suppose merchant guilds can lose a bit of influence and loyalty. That'll be fine. I don't want to pay several hundred ducats. Create a trade agreements with the Plain Centaur tribe. Lesser nations question what the value there is in engaging the Plain Centaur people in trade, but our merchants know better. It seems that these people do not know the true value of what they hold, and we have a golden opportunity to strike riches from these people by taking massive stores of valuable goods and metals in exchange for some relatively trivial medical resources. We can get 50 crowns, or 100, or 10 crowns and local trade power for 5 years. That's not a lot of extra trade power. Or we'll not exploit these and we get some Diplo points. I think we're going to take a deal though. We want the money. And we capture another heavy ship. Alright, and we sank a lot of their fleet, so their fleet is practically destroyed. I suppose what we could do is we could just park the fleet over... Actually, we'll park it over here where we've got most of the other fleet. And we can shuffle in the heavy ship from here. That one can go there, and the transport can go there. So we'll still have the trade fleet, which is now all back to full strength. We're going to give it a protectorate mission in Zurkanrek. Then we'll give it order, or we'll order a extra caravel to be built. And now we've got a fleet of 30 ships in here. To be fair, there's some more ships that need to be upgraded, probably just the heavy ship. Sending delegation, I think we can avoid that. We'll not have to worry about that one. There's someone that has been de-sieging a little bit there. Alright, let's just send in the second army to clear that one out. They're already at medium enthusiasm. I mean, suppose we got a pretty good victory over them with the fleet battle there. Well, actually no, most of the score is coming from the first battle that we had against them. At least in terms of the combat score. I do wonder if Zabios Dlar is going to be sieging down that province or not. Or is they just going to be moving off? Well, they're leading the siege. Alright, well in that case I'm just going to move off. Did we... Oh right, yeah, we did siege down the fort there. I suppose we could go a little bit inland. And at this stage, I suppose they still would not take any peace deals from us, but I'm sure that eventually they will. I mean, if we need to go all the way to the capital, that's a bit of an unfortunate situation, but we can do that. We can definitely do that. You know what? I'm going to start sending some troops to the inland there. I don't know where they have their armies, admittedly. If they still have armies. They do still have 28,000, so they must be somewhere hidden in the inland. We'll just have to deal with them at some point. Once we find and fight them. Don't suppose there's any more things that we can do in here right now. So that one, it's a legislative work, so we can't do that. We don't have the statesman yet. Yeah, so we'll just have to wait until we've got that one. And now we've got a bit more income. I suppose one thing that we could do, we could recall that colonist and send it down here if we can. Oh, actually, I don't think we can send it there. Alright, well then let's just send it back. There we go. So we've sieged down a bit more lands. I suppose we'll just send more troops down here. Should still have a decent bit of supplies and all that. Well, the supply limit shouldn't be an issue at this stage of the game. But with 20,000 men isn't that massive army in mid to late game. There's already someone sieging down the fort there, so what I'm thinking of doing, I'm just gonna go and march towards the capital. We'll wait for the second army to sort of join in, and then we'll siege down the capital. That'll probably make them surrender a little bit sooner. If not, nothing else, then it will at least draw out their troops, hopefully. Forcing them to start fighting me. But we don't know where their armies are. Maybe we haven't seen a glimpse of them for a while. There's no one at the capital, at least. We'll wait a little bit longer before we actually move into the capital itself. We also know that their fleets are somewhat wrecked at this point. They've got 15 ships total, the enemy side, and we've got this 30-ship fleet over here. I mean, it's currently repairing and all that, so it's not really in use yet. But it will be. And it is a magnificent fleet, I dare say. Right, I suppose now it's time to move into the capital itself. We'll have another army over here seizing down a little bit more of the area. Okay, so there's a bit of an army there. There's just some cavalry. And we could get another naval idea. That's the... Oh, right, that's going to give us the ship trade power as well. So if we have a look at the combat abilities of our troops now, especially the ships, 20 for the heavy ships, 5 extra for the light ships, 40 for the galleys, nothing for the transport, but I don't think there's that many modifiers that you can get for the transport combat ability, because they're not really meant to be the fighting force of your fleet. How's the professionalism doing? We've still got 22.5%, so it's not going down all that quickly at least, so that's good. We don't really need to slacken our recruitment standards either. Still got almost full manpower. I mean, again, there's mostly just been a bit of attrition, but that's about it. Let's go ahead and clear out some of this. Smugglers running rampart. Okay, we're going to pay 157 crowns for the smugglers to not be a problem, or we can pay 270. Okay, I guess we're paying 157 then. That's a little bit cheaper for us. It's minus 30% for their... Okay, so... Oh, right, there's someone else sieging already, another fort in here. So I suppose they've just got so many enemies that they don't really have the army strength to fight us off. I mean, it's basically the entire Federation probably fighting them. Let's actually have a look. Who are they fighting? Almost the entire Federation, yeah. Like, there's a few small nations in here that don't fight them right now, mostly because they probably have truces with them already. But everyone else is already in this. Already at 0% at the capital. They've already lost a decent bit of manpower in there, although I don't know if they started with the full... Oh, max garrison is 20... Okay, so they've actually only lost about 200 men there. Well, alright then, we can't go to any of these. I don't think I want to send in another army in there, though, because the supply limit over here is... Actually, we could probably do that, but it would be taking an attrition. We can probably avoid that. I mean, the extra 4 cannons in there would probably allow us to get another... technically +2 for the siege. Oh, there we go. There's a few armies in here. So I could send in the second army down that way then. Start hunting down some of these troops that we can find. I mean, admittedly... Oh, okay, so they got 30-something thousand men. Of course, that's not going to last very long, I reckon. And now we've got the capital siege down. I guess we'll just siege down a little bit of the surroundings. That will probably be just fine. The money income isn't that great. I suppose we could just use the next patch of money to build another manufactory, because those would give us a decent bit of money. Oh, naval supplies is being made over here. Alright then. They're not necessarily that valuable. It probably will be fine. So now that they have low enthusiasm, they might be willing to give me a bit of land in here. Unfortunately, I can't take that one. I suppose if I ever were to take those two, they would accept. So I'd have at least a bit of a base down here to start expanding further in. Plus, I suppose it'll also give us a bit of an area over here to start trading in. Not necessarily enough trade power here yet to start switching my trade focus a little bit further along the lakes here. But that would at least be something. How much more could the... Okay, we could maybe get some more money. 1,200? It's not too bad. We get 2 provinces. Oh, right, they got some vassals, don't they? But yeah, I suppose that would give us a bit of a stepping stone further into this land. So I'll take that. No point staying in the war for too long. There's a lot of other nations that are already beating them down little by little. So I suppose you can go in here. Keep that one area clear, and then we'll send you all the way through there to keep that one clear. And then we've got mission fulfilled. Home for everyone. Oh, right, now we've got the money. We can do one of these. First, we could go for the law and order. And then educated masses. That's 200 admin points. That's a bit expensive, but I suppose we can do that one. Let's also go ahead and start coring all of this. And then with the missions, there's the Linguistic Academy. This has already been done, so we don't need to worry about that one. So that gets us a little bit closer along the mission tree here for sure. Still got relatively many things to worry about. Oh, there's the local banks as well. Suppose we can pay off that one. And then the fractional banking. Central banking. I don't know if that gives us all the money, but it should give us at least a little bit. Alright then, so we've got 2. And... or some modifiers in there. We've still got a decent bit of inflation. Luckily, we are reducing it to some degree. And our troops are now returning home. How much of an army could we have? 43, and we could have a few more ships. I suppose what I'm probably going to do is just going to increase the size of this fleet a little bit. We don't necessarily have the... oh, right, if we had taken the ship cost reduction, that would probably have been a bit better right now. Let's also go ahead and send in the sort of inland sea fleet over here, all the way through. Actually, let's just double check. Which route are you taking? Oh, you are going all the way around. Okay, for a moment I thought that it was going through here. I was a little bit confused by that. So now we're just waiting for the money to be pouring in again. I mean, now with the trade fleet out at least, that should increase our income to some degree. And corruption has been going all the way down, so we don't need to worry about that one. We could probably reduce this one. The adventurers would be a little bit upset. But the yearly corruption would go down, so we don't have to worry about the corruption too badly. And since we own this one, we can now recall the colonists from there and send it over here. So we'll be able to at least control all of this. Not necessarily immediately utilize all of it, but at least we'll have the option there to then have all of this colonized. It is going to cost us a fair bit of extra. Like, won't be making a lot of money for a little bit. It'll probably be fine. We don't have any buildings underway right now. We got some ships that are being built, I suppose, but that's about it. Started building, what, 2 trade ships? Yeah. Ah, merchant sufferer. We're gonna lose a little bit of trade power in here, I reckon. We've still got definitely the biggest trade power by far. We own still about half of the entire trade here. Ah, there we go. So we didn't even need... oh, we just had to... okay. We just had to own all these provinces. We didn't need them to be cities for the mission. I mean, that's fine, I suppose. So the adventurers are a little bit upset, so we probably won't be able to take the... or seize more land right now, because the adventurers would then be revolting. But the equilibrium is 55%, or almost 56%, so if we just give it a year or a few years, it will be already better. And it looks like the centaurs might be collapsing a little bit now with the combined strength. Ooh, right. We might want to switch our ruler right now. What do we need the most? I suppose getting more Diplo points might not be a bad idea. So I'm going to take Diplo. Oh, and we get some more mill points as well. Okay. Well, that means that we can catch up with the idea groups here a little bit faster. Plus, I suppose we could soon-ish. Oh, actually, since we're not developing over here, I'm just going to put that to no edict. So that's going to save us a bit of extra cash. We've still got the trade power there. And that's about it. So if we... actually, do we have... that is a grasslands. If we were to put in the local development cost over here... I suppose this is also an option, although... oh. Right, this is really small costs in here. To start developing. Okay, so if we wanted to get the printing press, for example, in this province, it is definitely possible. It might take a little bit of points to get it done, though, but I suppose since we need these the most, like the mill tech and all the mill points and production increase, so we'll start with these, and then we'll go on with the tax increase. Okay, so we've got at around 52%. Not quite there yet. Oh, our ruler is cruel. Well, that's unfortunate. There's already 26 development there. I mean, it should increase the taxes and all that quite nicely as well. Plus, ivory is not too bad for production. So that will help definitely a little bit with getting a bit more income. We do have a bit of an unrest though, I suppose. Oh, we've got some unrest over there as well. Right, so we did get the army in here. How about we do a bit of a rebel suppression? Most of this area doesn't actually need it. I just want to have the connection all the way there. I suppose there's also this area that we need to cover. So we've got the northern army right now. And then we've got the southern army over here, which, well, doesn't have that large of an area to take care of. The rebellions, if they do happen, they're not going to be all that large, to be fair, which is a bit of a saving grace. Is that one? That one's a little bit closer to being complete, so I'm going to recall the colonies again and send it down here, so that we can at least complete one of these colonies that we currently have running. Federation elections. Oh, right, so our green neighbor over here, former ally, that has been re-elected as the leader. Did we get any standing? We're still high standing, alright, so we haven't really gained more. It's not too bad. We don't get a lot of money from our vassal there, but at least they're fairly loyal by now. Oh, actually, what I suppose I could do is I could start annexing them. It's going to cost us a lot of Diplo points, though. 250 total. At the same time, I think we are going to do that. We don't have any other subjects that would be upset by that. Ah, now we got a little bit of money again. Do we have a workshop in here yet? I think that is probably a smart idea, because I'm pretty sure that with the extra production that we invested in here, if we do want to get this printing press done, we might want to add in a bit more. So we're now at 66.5% on the printing press. So with this, we'll probably need to get to like close to 40 development, I reckon. So we'll still need quite a bit more points to be sank in there before we can get the institution. Second delegation, I suppose we don't want to do that right now. If we plan on doing a bit more development in here, we don't want to pay extra for it. Or too much extra anyway. We don't have any forts in here. I suppose a fort over there somewhere. I mean, it's not particularly good terrains in all fairness, so I don't know. We don't have a fort down here either. Where's the... Oh, right, this is the center of trade, so a fort over here might not be a bad idea necessarily. There's a lot of steppes in here, and desert and grasslands, so the terrains aren't great, but protecting the center of trade here would be quite nice. But of course, we can't afford building another castle right now. But once we get some of the colonies done, we can reduce the colony maintenance by 10 ducats, which will already make quite a difference on the income. Trade agreements with the Plains Sentinel tribe, I'll take another 50 ducats, or crowns as they're called. And there we go, we got the first core over here. That was where we had the claim already, so that definitely helps a little bit. I don't know if we need to make this into a state, to be fair. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt. We've got plenty of governing capacity. So I suppose we shall do that. It's going to cost a bit of extra admin points, though, to core everything. Now, I suppose at this stage, I'm just going to send a trader over here to start collecting trade. It might actually reduce the trade power that we have total. So eventually we might move in the center of trade in to this zone. Or like the primary trade port to be over here somewhere. We would need to get at least one of these natural harbors or something in here. Oh, that one would have been a natural harbor already. Okay. Oh, foreign plus. I'll take the money. Thank you very much. In that case, what we shall do is we'll build a manufactory. Goes right in there. It'll be pretty decent, or hopefully a decent boost for our income. Oh wow, the centaurs. They got half their country sieged down right now. I guess that's gonna keep them a little bit busy and rather weak. I wonder actually, if we have a look at the total armies, they still got quite a bit of manpower, and the total army size is still fairly significant. But I have a feeling that their income is now... Oh wow, yeah, they don't have a lot of income. I think they... Well, I suppose we've increased our income by like probably 10 ducats since the start of the session, so start of the last episode. And now their income, I suppose, yeah, since they got so much of their land sieged down, they don't get a lot of income. But yeah, we are definitely the biggest money maker in this corner of the world. Of course, we don't know all that much of the rest of the... Oh, hello. Someone's colonized. Oh, right, it's the... I know who... I roughly speaking know who these are. Right, it's the small one over there. I remember now. Are they independent? They are independent. And they're just colonizing down that way. Alright. I think I think that was, like, they owned this province previously, but it was then conquered. Assimilation of natives expired. Alright, so that means that the colonies are not going to grow quite as quickly, unfortunately. But it's actually still fairly good overall. And we'll get this one done first, and then we're going to start reducing the expenditures quite a bit. And let's go ahead and put in a few more points for the state over here. Oh, is that? Oh, right, there would be upgrades available for that. Right, I remember now. So if we put in a little bit more production and military points in there. How close are we getting the... Okay, we're already at 82%. Now, each level... So that's going to be 5.5 points. So now we're at 87%. So I'd say about 3 more developments in there and we'll have it. Or, well, invest in development there and we'll have the printing press present in there. And then it just needs to start spreading it around. But that shouldn't be too big of an issue. Especially if we can get the... We're quite a bit of splendor already. So if we can get the institution spread in True Faith provinces, extra 50%, that means that the printing press is going to spread very quickly, let's just say, in our territory. Oh no! Natives uprising. Let's just send the army down this way. I suppose we can have it center over there. And if there is a rebellion down here, which I honestly doubt that there will, well... I suppose it's possible that it might still happen, but it's fairly unlikely. They don't have enough troops, the natives over here, to actually seize down the province, though. That helps quite a bit. There's a sentry over there at the fort that we have. It's actually the... no, we do have another fort over here. I was just like saying that this is probably the most easternmost fort that we have, but it's not actually the case. But now we can get another development in here. I suppose we'll start with the... Diplo, then tax, and Miltech. So there we go. Now we've got the printing press in here, and we'll start spreading. I suppose we could now switch this one to be institution spread as well. So now we'll just need to wait for the money to be arriving, basically. Because we need a lot of money to increase the institution. Actually, we don't... Oh, we're 9.9% right now. Damn, that's close. But yeah, it's probably going to be somewhere around 800 ducats right now, maybe even more. Of course, once we get a few of these provinces present with the printing press, which I'm guessing it's already spreading pretty fast into the capital. It's about 3 points per month, so yeah, that's coming along quite nicely. I think a delegation, you know what, I'm going to send a delegation for once. Maybe that will increase our standing as well. Probably not, to be fair. Well, we got high standing at least. It's not the worst. Oh, and now we got these two ready. I suppose we could take this or turn this into a state, but I suppose we've got a massive autonomy right now. But can it go... Oh, it's a territorial core, so it can't go below 90. Well, that would explain a thing or two. Let's send in the colonies down this way now, so that's at least one less colony to worry about. And then I suppose we shall make this into a state. Actually, we can't make this into a trade company, can we? No, I don't think we can. So in that case... State it and core it. Apparently we don't have... Oh wait, no, we do have enough to core everything. We're gonna get some more mercantilism, or... Oh, actually, do we have a better... We don't have a statesman, do we? Oh, we do actually have a statesman. We're gonna get rid of the trader there, then. Just gonna wait for a little bit of money before we can hire the statesman. Oh, now we can start converting provinces there. It's a little bit of a long-term conversion, though, so... Maybe we'll hold off for now. How much do we need? Another 2 months, maybe, before we can hire the statesman. But that's going to allow us to get some of the reforms done. Although I don't know how many of them we can still do. Or we still need to do. But, you know, getting a level 3 Diplo advisor is not a bad thing. And now if we go... Oh, yeah, home for everyone. Development... Oh. Okay, that would have been a good idea to have before we started developing a lot of the lands. But oh well. The laws we can't do right now, make our demands, so drafting civil code, that modifier needs to expire, which is going to expire next year. So in about 18 months total. And then these two, I mean, we could maybe start converting Nurek. It's not going to go very quickly necessarily. Ah, okay. They want a temple in the province that we just got the printing press in. or something needs to be colonized, or someone needs to be fired. I suppose we'll take the temple building. And we don't have the money for it quite yet, but we've got an income of 6.6 ducats. Oh. Zurkanrek proposes a unification. Later on, in painstaking detail of the great inefficiency of our current system, the delegation makes a persuasive case that the Federation future hinges on whether we can unify as one people under one administration. They point to the need for a united front against external threats and, of course, the potential wealth that unification could bring. A necessity. Okay, so does that mean that we've got some sort of... Right, so we need to become the leader of the Federation, most likely. Which might be a bit easier said than done. We've got at least a high standing, but... that's not high enough. We'll see what happens. We might need to be the underdog over here that fights off the entire Federation again. Or something. We've got a lot of manpower though. My goodness, that is a lot. 55,000. I didn't realise that we got that much. Nor do I realise where we got all that, but sure, I guess. Ah, ship durability for 10 years, plus 10%. And now we can take the institution spread thing as well. So that should allow us to get the institutions spread into our province here fairly soon, even though we don't have the extra bonus right now. Parallel authority. We can side with the clergy or the merchant guilds. We're going to side with the merchant guilds, actually. Let's have a look. What do we get from there? We get more trade efficiency and development cost is going to go down. Clergy is still not too unhappy either, so kind of fine in that regard. Still a little bit more money to build the temple in here, but I'm sure that that is going to make quite a profit overall. Hold on a minute. Taxation, it would be 40% extra. It's not actually that massive boost yet. I'm sure that it will be quite good overall. Plus, once we get the weapons manufacturer, that's going to be even better. Oh, we got a lot of a spy network in here, so let's just get a claim there. That's definitely something that we want. I suppose we're going to get a claim over here. And we can't get another claim there yet. But we're going to at least increase the areas that we will have. Oh! Lost some territories over there, so this area is now an exclave for the centaurs. Okay, that's good. And I'm pretty sure that they won't have the naval supremacy anymore, thanks to our fleet. Plus all the other fleets that are in here, but I just realized that we've gone quite a bit over time. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.